Hey, Bears fans. What night it was for our Chicago Bears. If you thought last week was exciting, yesterday truly took things to a whole new level. Caleb Williams was everywhere on the field, and honestly, it was one of those games where you just have to sit back and appreciate the talent on display. He threw for 280 yards, rushed for 53, and even added another 22 yards receiving. Watching him operate yesterday, you could see his understanding of the game evolving, but you could also see the influence of Ben Johnson's creativity as an offensive coordinator. There were moments where Johnson got a little too flashy, attempting some high-risk plays that made fans raise their eyebrows. But at the end of the day, when you total up the impact Caleb had, with 355 total yards from scrimmage, it was a signature performance that left a mark. This was more than just a stat line. It was a statement that Caleb Williams is starting to step into his role as a leader on this team. And then there was that game-winning drive. Less than a minute left on the clock, and Caleb delivers a 58-yard touchdown pass to Ken Loveland. Moments like that are unforgettable, the kind that define a player's season and the team's trajectory. Caleb has had clutch drives in the past, but not all of them ended in wins because of the ups and downs of the season. But last night, the timing, the execution, and the sheer presence of mind he showed were exactly what the Bears needed. That pass to Loveland put the Bears ahead at 47-42, and the excitement in the stadium, if you were watching, was palpable. It's the type of moment that makes fans, even the most patient ones, say, yeah, this is our guy. Ken Loveland himself had an incredible game, showing up in the clutch and proving he belongs on the field as a go-to target. 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He doubled his season production in a single game. For a player who hadn't started the season, seeing the kind of involvement he expected, that was cathartic. Watching him line up for that decisive touchdown and haul it in cleanly was the kind of play that boosts morale for the entire team. Alongside Caleb, Loveland showed that trusting the rookies and giving them meaningful roles can transform the dynamics of the Bears' offense. And let's not forget about Kyle Manangi, stepping in as a rookie 7th-round pick and leading the Bears' rushing attack. 26 carries for 176 yards, averaging nearly 7 yards per carry, plus 3 catches for 22 yards. He racked up almost 200 total yards from the line of scrimmage. This isn't just a breakout performance. It's a signal of what he can consistently bring to this team. Manangi's ability to move the chains, break tackles, and add versatility to the offense gives the Bears a much-needed weapon in the backfield. Every time he touches the ball, he makes the defense account for him, opening opportunities for others. And that's exactly the kind of multidimensional threat a modern NFL team needs. Now, the performance of the veterans cannot be overlooked. Montez Sweat, for instance, continues to make his presence felt. Even if the sack numbers aren't as high as fans might hope, his impact goes beyond that. 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, a sack, and 2 pass breakups show that he's influencing the game in every way possible. Sweat's ability to disrupt plays, pressure the quarterback, and command attention from offensive lines creates space for his teammates and allows the defense to operate more effectively. In a game where the Bears' pass rush wasn't necessarily dominant across the board, Sweat's consistent presence was a stabilizing factor and one of the key reasons the defense was able to hold together when it mattered. DJ Moore also continued to prove why he's such a critical piece of the Bears' offense. For catches for 72 yards, a 23-yard completion, and a 17-yard touchdown run in the 4th quarter showed his versatility and importance as a playmaker. The way the coaching staff uses him in multiple roles, receiver, runner, decoy, demonstrates the strategic vision that Ben Johnson brings to the offense. It's not just about putting the ball in the hands of the best players. It's about maximizing every player's skill set in creative ways. DJ Moore continues to shine in this environment, and his ability to stretch defenses and contribute in different facets of the game is invaluable. Then there's Austin Booker, making a season debut and immediately impacting the defensive line. Overcoming limited practice time, he dominated Orlando Brown Jr. and forced a strip sack on Joe Flacco, showing that the Bears might have underestimated the value of his presence earlier in the season. Booker's play is a reminder that sometimes opportunity meets preparation in the most spectacular ways. Even though the team invested heavily in other players like Dio Odingbo, Booker's performance shows that internal development and trust in homegrown talent can yield immediate results. The question now becomes how the coaching staff will balance his role moving forward, but there's no denying the effect he had on the game. Special teams, on the other hand, struggled, and that's a concern. Giving up a kickoff return for a touchdown and allowing over 300 yards in returns in a single night isn't acceptable at this level. Cairo Santos had a rough outing, missing a field goal and failing to contribute positively, which amplified the team's struggles in that phase. Special teams are often overlooked, but a breakdown in this unit can change momentum in an instant. The Bears will need to address that quickly to avoid letting games slip away in similar fashion. Overall, what stands out the most is the mix of growth from rookies, impact from key veterans, and the creative vision Ben Johnson is bringing to the offense. Watching Caleb Williams execute with confidence, seeing Loveland step up in clutch moments, Menangi bulldoze defenders, and Booker dominate up front, it all points to a team that is slowly finding its identity. There's still work to do, particularly on defense and special teams, but the progress is undeniable. Trusting the young players and allowing them to thrive alongside seasoned veterans is creating a foundation that could change the trajectory of this season. Now, while the offense was showing flashes of brilliance, the Bears' defense definitely gave fans some moments to worry about. Joe Burrow and the Bengals lit up the scoreboard, throwing for 470 yards and 4 touchdowns. That kind of production is tough to swallow, especially when you're trying to build momentum after a game like the one Caleb Williams and the offense delivered. Tyreek Stevenson coming back from a shoulder injury, Nen Wright, and Jaquan Brisker all had games that were below expectations. It wasn't that they didn't try, but the pressure and the coverage breakdowns were evident. Against a team like Cincinnati, with a dynamic duo like Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase, those defensive lapses get magnified instantly. Fans have to hope that the coaching staff can identify these weaknesses quickly, because as the season moves forward, the competition is only going to get tougher. C.J. Garner-Johnson made his debut and, in limited snaps, showed that he can be a contributor on the defensive side of the ball. It's encouraging to see young players stepping into critical roles and holding their own. The Bears' defense, though inconsistent, has moments of promise, especially when veterans like Montez Sweat assert themselves. Sweat's ability to affect plays, even when the pass rush overall struggles, is a critical piece of keeping the defense competitive. He's the kind of player who may not always get the flashy stats, but his presence changes the way offenses plan their snaps, and that impact can't be overstated. Shifting back to the offensive side, one of the most exciting parts of yesterday's game was watching how Ben Johnson is molding this team. It's clear he's not afraid to push the envelope, to call creative plays, and to trust his young talent. Caleb Williams thrived because of this approach, but so did Ken Loveland and Kyle Menangi. These are the types of performances that build confidence across the roster. When rookies see that they're valued, when they see that their contributions can win games, it elevates the entire team. The energy from that alone is contagious, and it spills over into every play. The Bears are slowly but surely building a culture where players feel empowered to perform at their best, and Johnson deserves a huge amount of credit for that shift. Austin Booker's performance also highlighted an important theme. Depth matters, and readiness is everything. Coming in and forcing a fumble on Joe Flacco after limited practice time is exactly the kind of game-changing play the Bears needed. It raises questions about personnel decisions earlier in the season and challenges assumptions about who should be contributing on the field. Booker's debut wasn't just about one play. It was a statement that he can make an immediate difference, and it forces coaches, teammates, and fans alike to reconsider the depth chart and how talent is utilized. In a league where injuries and momentum swings are constant, having players like Booker ready to step in at a moment's notice can be the difference between a win and a loss. Special teams, however, remain a glaring issue. Giving up a kickoff return for a touchdown to start the game sets a dangerous precedent, and it immediately puts the team on the back foot. Over 300 yards in returns is not just a statistic. It's a symptom of a broader problem in alignment execution, and perhaps mental focus. Cairo Santos's missed field goal and the general struggles in coverage highlight the importance of getting this unit in order. The Bears' special teams can't afford to be an afterthought, especially in close games where a single return or missed kick can shift the outcome entirely. The pressure is now on the coaches and the players to refine these aspects before facing teams with elite returners or clutch kickers. Despite the defensive and special team struggles, there's a lot to be excited about with the Bears' offensive balance. DJ Moore's versatility is being used creatively, with plays designed to maximize his skill set in multiple roles. The running game, led by Kyle Manangi, is adding a physical dimension that keeps defenses guessing. The combination of a quarterback who can throw, scramble, and catch, alongside playmakers who are multidimensional, creates a constant threat that opponents have to account for on every snap. This flexibility is something that hasn't been consistently present in Chicago for years, and it's a testament to the coaching staff's vision and willingness to trust the young talent stepping up. Looking at the bigger picture, yesterday's game was a microcosm of the season so far. Flashes of brilliance, moments of concern, and the ever-present promise of growth. Caleb Williams is continuing to develop as a quarterback, and his confidence seems to be building with each high-pressure situation. Ken Loveland and Kyle Manangi are providing tangible evidence that investing in rookies pays dividends when they're trusted to make plays. Austin Booker reminds everyone that preparedness and talent can change the course of a game instantly. And the veterans, particularly Montez Sweat, are showing that leadership and consistent effort on every play still matter in defining a team's identity. Ben Johnson's influence can't be overstated. The offensive play calling is showing a level of creativity and adaptability that the Bears have rarely seen. He's blending innovative schemes with fundamental football, and that combination is allowing rookies and veterans alike to shine. It's an approach that demands execution, accountability, and a willingness to take calculated risks, and so far, it's producing results that fans can rally behind. The chemistry being built on this team is more than just talent on paper. It's about timing, trust, and understanding roles, and yesterday's game demonstrated all of those elements in real time. Of course, there are questions moving forward. How will the Bears continue to balance the rookie contributions with veteran leadership? Can the defense tighten up against elite passing attacks? Will special teams find consistency before critical moments later in the season? These are the challenges the team faces, but yesterday's performance provided a blueprint for how success can be achieved. Trust the players, allow creativity to flourish, and ensure every contributor knows their role and responsibility. The growth shown by Williams, Loveland, Manangi, and Booker is a clear indication that the Bears are on the right track when it comes to developing talent and executing under pressure. Ultimately, yesterday was a roller coaster, a game filled with highlight reel moments, questionable plays, and undeniable talent. Fans were reminded why they follow this team week in and week out. The unpredictable moments, the breakout performances, and the flashes of brilliance that keep hope alive even when the scoreboard shows a battle on both sides of the ball. The offense, led by Williams and supported by his playmakers, prove they can compete with anyone when firing on all cylinders. The defense and special teams showed areas that need immediate attention, which only makes the team's growth trajectory more interesting as the season continues. The storylines are building, the narratives are shaping, and Chicago Bears fans have plenty to debate, celebrate, and analyze as the rest of the season unfolds. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL is once again at the center of controversy after an explosive turn of events involving the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. In an unprecedented move, the league announced the cancellation of the game that took place last weekend, citing the emergence of a new video suggesting possible cheating on the field. While details remain murky, insiders say the footage could be a game-changer, raising questions about the integrity of what was initially thought to be a clean contest. Fans in Chicago and Cincinnati are in shock. Social media exploded within hours of the league's statement, with hashtags like hashtag Bengals Bears scandal and hashtag NFL cheating trending nationwide. Analysts are speculating wildly. Some suggest that the video may reveal illegal formations or unsanctioned communication signals, while others hint at more dramatic violations that could carry severe penalties for players or coaching staff. The Bears, who had narrowly lost the game in a heart-stopping fourth-quarter comeback, have called for transparency. "Our priority is fairness," said one team source. "If there's any wrongdoing, we expect the league to act decisively." Meanwhile, Bengals fans are caught between disbelief and anger, demanding an immediate investigation before the team's season trajectory is altered. NFL Commissioner made a brief statement late Tuesday, promising swift action. "We take the integrity of the game very seriously," the commissioner said. "We are reviewing the newly surfaced evidence and will take all necessary steps to ensure justice is done." No specific timelines were given, leaving fans and players alike in suspense. The league has reportedly already convened a special investigative committee to examine the footage, and insiders suggest that the findings could potentially lead to suspensions, fines, or even game forfeitures. This is not the first time the NFL has faced allegations of rule breaking, but canceling a game retroactively is virtually unheard of. The situation has left commentators speculating about the long-term implications. Could this be a turning point in league oversight? Will other games from this season face similar scrutiny? One thing is certain. For now, the Bengals-Bears matchup will be remembered less for the plays on the field and more for the shadow of controversy hanging over the league. As the story develops, fans are glued to every update, waiting to see how far the ripple effect of this scandal will go. The NFL, usually a fortress of careful PR, now finds itself in uncharted territory, with the integrity of its games and the loyalty of its fans hanging in the balance. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.